2025. Well, listen, ASM, the Chinese synthesizer electronic music manufacturing company, just came out with the DIOSYNTH, which is basically an ASM Hydra synth and a steam pipe. Had a baby, put it on steroids, and now it looks 25 when it's only 2. That's what this thing is. It's packed with sounds, it's packed with modulation, it's packed with every kind of thing you can possibly imagine. Synth engines, every wind instrument. It's got classics pulled out of the Forbidden City sampled into this thing. And this might actually be the flute the Sythbros are waiting for. Now, I'm not a musician, but I play one on TV, okay? And the fact that I might be able to pick up this flute and set it to a scale, run 8 or 9 sequences, and play along like I'm Kenny G, that excites me. It excites me greatly. The fact that for $1,000, I can pick up every single wind instrument known to man, put inside of a metallic / plastic cylinder that I can wrap my lips around, that excites me. So, I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're like, man, Samurai's gonna hate on this thing. Are you crazy? President Xi commissioned ASM Hydra synth to make this wind instrument because his daughter plays the flute. And he wants his daughter's choir to perform for them. And he wants them all 300 of them, to have a DIOSYNth. DIOSYNth. I think it's Dio. What you guys don't know, man, the thing about Americans, most Americans can only speak one language, and you can play no instruments, all right? Now, this is coming from a guy who lived in Asia for like 1/3 of my life, okay? 33% of my life, I lived in Asia. And one thing I can tell you about Asians is, most of them can speak 2 languages when they come out of the womb, and all of them can play an instrument, and all of them can do a martial art, all right? All of them can do math with an abacus. So, Americans might be asking themselves, why the hell, after 8 years, would ASM come out and release a flute? Okay, we'll call it Flute Plus, because it's not just a flute, but flute's easier to say than DIOSYNTH, and no one knows what a DIOSYNTH is. So why would ASM, a Shun sound machine, come and release a flute? I told you, because it's for the Chinese. All right, it's a Chinese company. It's not for Americans. It's not for, maybe it's for some Europeans, because Europeans can play some instruments too. But let's be honest. Americans, what can you play? You can play a little bit of guitar, okay? You can do a few Bob Dylan covers. That's about it, you know? A couple of you rich American children can play piano, so your parents put you in piano growing up instead of sports, all right? And made you perform in front of their friends when they came over for wine and cheese, all right? So, this is made for the Chinese children. It was commissioned, allegedly, by President Xi because his daughter loves the flute. And it's an interesting project. Everybody's wondering, what the hell is this? Now, I'm not one to... I went and read a load of the comments. I was expecting this thing to get flamed. All right? I was expecting the blowtorch of linguistics to be dropped on ASM's videos. I was pleasantly surprised. What did I see? I saw a bunch of people saying, thank you so much for making this. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Blah, blah, blah. But every name had numbers after it. And I was like, wait a minute. You know, when you see a name with numbers after it, that usually means it's a bot. Now, I'm not saying that ASM's YouTube channel would have bots on there making positive comments. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I read a bunch of positive comments, and then I looked at the names, and most of the names had like a weird name with a bunch of numbers. So I just think that's odd, but I'm not hating on this thing. I'm about to buy this thing. I'm about to drop $1,000 on this thing, no problem. Because I'm about to become a flute bro. What do you think? I'm going to let all these rich Chinese kids have all the fun? I don't think so. I'm about to get that thing. I'm about to play it. I'm about to learn it. and I'm about to go full Sythbros. All right. The fact that I can go in there and get one of the rarest tubas, one of the rarest saxophones, one of the rarest oboes ever created, sampled into this beautiful beauty. It's got a joystick with, I think they said six ranges of modulation. You know what I mean? It's got trumpets in it. It's got horns, trumpets. It's got everything. It's the everything. That's what they should have called it. They should have called it the everything. They should have called it the ASM everything. This is a steam pipe and a Hydra synth mutant is what this is. Now the other part of this is everybody's like, oh my God, 8 years, what are they doing? Glenn Darcy's the CEO. This is his I don't know if he just became CEO, but maybe this might be his first product release as CEO. I'm not sure. But I did a bit of digging and a few people told me that Glenn Darcy's a wind instrument guy. So I mean, it's pretty cool. You're in charge of this company and everybody's waiting for the Hydra drum, everybody's waiting for the DIOSYNTH, and you drop them the DIOSYNTH, which is very, very cool product, I gotta say. It's a niche within a niche within a niche within a niche. How many are they gonna sell? Probably sell 100. Probably sell 100 of these. I'm gonna probably be one of the guys that buys one. Trader to the Living will probably buy one. So 100 of them at $1,000. That's $100,000. This thing's made in China. You know how much that costs to make? Probably cost $20. $20 to make that thing in China. A Chinese company made in China. I mean, come on. That thing probably cost $25 to make that thing. So everyone not understanding why they would make it. They can make it because their manufacturing's in China. It's a Chinese company. President Xi's daughter plays the flute. Glenn Darcy's a wind instrument guy. It's a no-brainer. Perfect. So I'm about to become a full flute bro. But once again, what do I think? I think that this is just an hors d'oeuvre. I think like Behringer does. Behringer drops a couple minis. They hit you with a couple modules. What do you know, next week you get a boom flagship coming. All right? That's what Behringer does. Behringer serves you the 5-course synth meal. All right? Drink, hors d'oeuvres, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dessert. That's how Behringer does it. Now, what is ASM going to do? If you guys honestly think that ASM, after 8 years or whatever it is, and one of the greatest product releases of all time, and arguably, this might, the Hydra synth, just to rewind, the Hydra synth might be one of the greatest synthesizers when you talk about price per feature per sound ratio, okay? If we're going to Holy Trinity, ASM Hydra synth with the desktop, the Explorer, the 49 key, and the Deluxe might be one of the greatest products of all time. Especially for their first product of all time. And I think anybody who owns one, even though they might not like the sound, when they use the Holy Trinity equation of price versus build quality versus sound ratio, and if you want to throw in the quadfecta and get the features in there, nothing beats the Hydra synth. And they got one for everybody. They got one for the kids. They got one for the grandmother. They got one for the Beethoven wannabe, and they got one for the Sythbros. So if you think that the friggin' DIOSYNTH is what they're coming with, if you think the DIOSYNTH is their 8-year project that they've been slaving away over there in China on, you think old Kenny Flux, you think old Kenny Flux has been working day and night, you know, hasn't had time to get a haircut, knows how long. You think all he's been doing is working on the friggin' flute? Give me a break. They're working on the Hydra drum. They're working on the DIOSYNTH. And this flute is just an hors d'oeuvre. It's a sneaky double, diamond-crusted platinum truffle. And I can smell one out the minute I see it. And I'll tell you right now, this is not the 8-year project of ASM. It just is. If you think it is, you know what I mean? If you think that this is what they've been working on, man, you just don't pay attention. So they're probably going to drop. NAM's coming up in, what's that, May? What's this date? So I'd say 2026, you'll see a Hydra or a new product. I hope it's I mean, I really think if ASM was smart, you could literally take the Hydra desktop, you could keep it exactly the same. It's already got the pads. It's already got all the knobs. It's got the screen. You could literally drop the Hydra drum right in that thing and blow the TR-1000 out of the water. You could kick the TR-1000 in the nuts so hard, all right? He'd be burping up pleasure. Because the Hydra drum would end up being the greatest drum machine of all time. I'm a Hydra Synth owner. I own the Hydra Synth Deluxe. ASM Hydra Synth, ASM doesn't, I don't know, they don't like me. They talk crap about me at trade shows, a couple of their employees. That's fine. No hard feelings. I mean, I'm an easy target, so I don't mind. But I've been repping Hydra Synth since day one. I've been the biggest Hydra Synth ASM fan on the internet, by far. Showbilly style. Doing it for the thrills, not the bills. And I'll tell you right now, if they came out with the Hydra drum, it would be the biggest selling drum machine of all time. It would be probably the greatest drum machine sounding of all time. They don't even really need to do anything. They could pretty much just probably do a firmware update and throw the friggin' thing in the Hydra drum. I don't know, man. But if they came out, well, they got the sample-based situation going on now with the Flute. So the Flute is also a testing ground. It's a testing ground for things you can do. So now Hydra Synth ASM, they got the ability to make a sample-based instrument. So guess what's coming? The DIOSYNTH is coming. The evolution, the beast from down under, okay? The great monster of sound, that's coming. And the Hydra drum is a no friggin' brainer. And it would look gorgeous because all of ASM's products look gorgeous. They're sexy. They brought the sexy back. Everybody thinks Justin Timberlake brought the sexy back. ASM brought the sexy back. Because the Hydra Synth desktop, take the other Hydra Synths out, but the Hydra Synth desktop, that is probably one of the sexiest looking pieces of gear I've ever seen in my life. When you turn that thing on and all those colors on those pads light up, all the colors on the knobs, it's got one of the most intuitive interfaces of all times. They even put polyphonic aftertouch on the velocity sensitive aftertouch enabled pads. Are you kidding me? MPE, baby. All right? OPP for the MPE. So I'm super excited. I'm a Flute bro now. I'm a Flute bro. I've been waiting for a product like this. And I know they made it for the Chinese. And I know all the Americans are grew up football. A couple of you played soccer because your parents didn't want you getting CTE. That's fine too. A few of you started picking up hockey when you realized that the Canadians were dominating everything nonstop all over the planet. You've done pretty well with that. You got a good girls hockey team, that's for sure. Your girls hockey team's decent. Guys hockey team, you still got a long way to go to catch Canada and Russia. It's just the way it is. But this is an instrument made for the everyman. It's only $1,000. If you can't come up with $1,000, you got to do something. You got to go back to trade school. You got to get a hot dog stand. All right. You got to start investing in cryptocurrency. If you can't come up with $1,000, I don't mean this. $1,000 these days is nothing. That ain't nothing. And it ain't nothing because it's a little bit of money. It's because the dollar ain't worth crap no more. So $1,000 don't buy you nothing. I spent $1,000. I spent $1,000 on dinner last night. I was out with the missus. We had two ribeye steaks, tomahawk with the big bone. Brought the bone home. 2 tomahawk steaks, 4 IPAs, 2 each. Some cherry cheesecake. and 2 lobster tails. $1,000. I was like, baby, you know I could have bought a synth flute for this. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm sacrificing tonight by taking you out to Red Lobster? Okay? Do you know what kind of sacrifice I'm making tonight for us to have a little bit of romance? Okay? I'm sacrificing my bromance with the friggin' DIOSYNTH, okay? Super flute. That's what's up. So if I didn't go to Red Lobster last night, I could have got myself a friggin' DIOSYNTH flute. But easy come, easy go. I'll probably pick it up this week, maybe. I gotta check some more stuff out. I want to see some real demos. Who's gonna shill this thing? That's what I want to know. I could shill this. I never played a flute in my life, and I bet you I could do the best demo of anybody. Who are they gonna get to demo this? I think they should get Kenny G. Kenny G should demo it. They should get a bunch of Chinese children to demo it. Yeah, $1,000? Nothing to it, dude. Who cares anymore? Do you understand that aliens are about to show up? Okay? We're about to have robots in everybody's house for 20 grand. Okay? Everybody's going to be able to make a movie by the end of friggin' 2026 on their phone. Do you understand what's going on? You think I care about $1,000? I don't. Especially $1,000 at Red Lobster. On the way out, I bought 2 lobster tails and gave them to a couple sitting next to us. I didn't even give them to on a plate. I picked them up, one in each hand, walked over. I was like, you 2 want these 2 lobster tails? They were like, are you serious? I was like, here. Slapped them on their plate. They were like, thank you. I'm like, don't worry about it. I was like, I already had 4. So, I don't care, man. I sacrificed getting this flute last night. Went to Red Lobster. Big deal. Say what you want. These sunglasses cost $1,000. All right? I paid $1,000 for these sunglasses. $400 for this jacket. $200 for this shirt. $250,000 for this Bentley. All right? I bought this Bentley and I got him to take out the stars in the roof. I had stars in the roof. I said, take the stars